Okay, let's remind ourselves about solving equations. This is a definite, you have to be able to solve equations to be able to take that EOC test. When you go through to solve equations, we're going to have, let's start with the very basics. We'll start off the one step that we started with right here. What do you do to solve to get x by itself? You're trying to get x by itself, so you're going to do the opposite and move this 2. Remember, instead of plus 2, you're going to subtract 2 from each side, and you get x equals, not 4, let me see if I can write it, 2. Now, I want to remind you on checking in the calculator, you can go to y equals. You're going to put the left-hand side into y1, the right-hand side into y2. You're going to press second graph. How do you know when you have an equation when you're right? What thing is going to be the same? Not x and y. You're going to look where x is 2 and y1 and y2 are going to be the same numbers. In this case, if you want to do this and check in the calculator, both ones will be 4. Okay, so next, just the other basic thing, like say, for example, I have, I don't know, negative 2x equals 8. What do you do to get x by itself? You divide. It says negative 2 times x. The opposite of times is divide. So you would divide by negative 2. When you divide, you don't do the opposite because I need this to be a positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive. You have to divide by the exact same number that's there in front of your x. And there would be my answer. Again, checking in the calculator, go to y equals, put the left-hand side into y1, right-hand side into y2, and press second graph. You're going to look and see if at negative 4, where x is negative 4, is y1 and y2 the same? If you check this exact problem, they're both going to be 8 at this spot, which means that we are correct. Now, I don't know if we didn't practice enough with these, but so then we move on to multi-step. Okay, so we have a problem like this. It says x divided by 3 plus 2 equals 8. You're always going to do your addition and subtraction first. So it has a plus 2 right here. You should do the opposite and subtract 2 from each side. That's the first step. These cancel. You get x divided by 3 equals 8 minus 2 is 6. Now, this is where some people were getting stuck because we didn't do a whole lot with this, but you should know that it says x divided by 3. To get x by itself, you do the opposite of divide. What's the opposite of divide? Multiply. So you'll multiply each side by 3. By doing this over here, this is like a 3 over 1. These cancel. I get x equals 18. And some people go, well, I don't understand how. Well, look, you have to have some number divided by 3 that equals 6. 18 divided by 3 is 6 if you plugged it back in to double check. So let's see. What about how about this one? What would we do here? First thing we would do is add 5 to each side. These cancel. I get negative x divided by 4 equals 8 plus 5, 13. Now, I would kind of move this. Let's see, I wonder if I can move just the minus. Nope, I can't because of the way I wrote it. All right. That's like a -4 right here. You're going to do the opposite. The opposite of divide is multiply. So I'm going to multiply each side by -4. Now I had the question. This is -4 over 1. You're not multiplying these two. Since this one's on top and this one's on bottom, it's like saying -4 over -4. That makes 1. These cancel each other out. That's why you're doing the opposite. That's why while this is dividing, you're multiplying. So now for your answer, you get x equals negative, what is it, 52? Negative 52. You would check the exact same way by putting the left-hand side into y1, right-hand side into y2. At this point, when you go into the table, you would go to negative 52, and you should see y1 and y2 are the same. They're both going to be 8. Moving along to some of the other ones. Okay, so look at this problem. Well, this one has n's in it, and it doesn't matter what variable it is. You've got to treat them just like x's. So when I draw my line for my equal sign, I normally tell people the first thing you're going to do is cover up the right-hand side. Let's look at the left. What can I put together over here? I can put the n's together right here. I have n minus 3n, which is negative 2n. And then I just bring this plus 4 down. Equals, now, is there anything, what's on the right-hand side? Just an 8. So I don't have to put anything together over there. So now from here, we should be able to solve. Subtract 4 from each side. Negative 2n equals 4. Divide by negative 2. N equals negative 2. Another type. Okay, what about this one? What's going on with the parentheses? Yeah, you're going to cover up again and look only on the left-hand side. It's called the distributive property. So I'm going to take 2 times n, which is 2n, 2 times negative 4, negative 8, equals 16. Well, now this should be the simple step of putting things together. I'm going to add 8 to each side. I get 2n equals 24. Divide by 2. N equals 12. Again, check the exact same way. What about this one? What would we do here? First off, here is the equal sign. If I cover up the right-hand side, is there anything I can put together over here? No, it's just 7r, so I'll leave that alone. So now I go over here and look on this side. This R right here, there's nothing going on with it, so it stays there. Now I do the distributive property. Negative 3 times R, negative 3R, negative 3 times negative 6, positive 18. There's still work to do right here. What do I need to do now? I got to put this together, the R's together. This is a 1R minus 3R. That's negative 2R plus 18. The 7R still stays over here. Now, one of the mistakes is I need to move this negative 2R to the left-hand side over here. I need to put my R's together. I cannot just put it over there and make it 5R. That's one of the mistakes I see. To move it over there, you have to do the opposite, and you have to add 2R to each side. I get 9R equals 18. From here, I need to divide by 9, and I get R equals 2. You would have checked the same way, but here's the other thing. When you go to check, do you put R in the calculator? You use the X.